Good morning. Happy Storytime Wednesday. So, I am inspired by another creator, and I'm going to tag her below because I'm not really sure how to do the stitching and stuff yet, but I'll figure that out. But anyway, she was talking about getting her GED and the struggles with that. So, that inspired me because that brings me back. So, as many of you know, I was raised up in an Amish Mennonite background, which means I did not have a very high education. A lot of Amish Mennonite do like to 8th grade, but in my case, technically, I mean, not te- I said I passed the 8th grade, and I did a lot of stuff. But the honest truth is, after I had a lot of siblings. So I helped my parents with them a lot. Like, I'm the oldest of 9 biological children and 5 adopted children. So I didn't have a whole lot of time for school after about 10 years old. So I really didn't do a whole lot of any kind of schooling until, after that. Because, so I got married, I had my first son, and then I knew, hey, I want to write, I want to do things. So I love writing, I love these things, but I was clearly not very good at it. I was good at writing, but I wasn't good at the spelling, grammar, etc. So then, some reason I thought, I need to go to college. So I tried to start going to GED classes. Well, first I went and did the testing. I tested so low, y'all. I was at 3rd grade level. So it was second. That is so embarrassing to me. Like, that is disheartening, but it is what it is. And so I was like, I am never going to pass this thing. Like, I didn't even try to pass it. Like, that was the pre-test to see where you needed. So I started going. I would go to class. I would sit and wait because with my low vision, I cannot see to drive. So I would have to have people take me up there, and they would go to work at right 6 o'clock. GED class don't open till 9, so I would have to sit outside or sit in this little room waiting. And I would sit there every day waiting and going to class because I was determined. Well, I took an after post-test to see where I was, and I had raised a lot of it up significantly, but not where I needed to be. Well, the teacher that was coming to this county to teach was no longer able to come, so the classes were going to move to a different county. Well, that was just a mess for me because I couldn't do that. So I got discouraged, and I kind of just put it on hold. And then anyway, I was at home, and I had another son, and then another son, my surprise baby that was right after. They were like 18 months apart. But so here I am. I have 3 kids. I'm young. I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, 3 kids, and pretty much, I had never been into a school at all or anything other than trying to get my GED. But, okay, so then I heard the classes were, a friend of mine was going to start going, and they were going to be in the county over, but a friend of mine was going, and this lady was so helpful that was there when I went with my friend, and she was like, I'm going to help you, you're going to do this. Now, the first teachers I had, I'm not downing them at all, but they were just kind of there, hanging out, so they were like, whatever, but this lady was amazing, and she really tried to help me. And then I started going on YouTube, and different things, and looking, when I would do something, like take some work in there, and then I wouldn't know how to do it, I would go home and I started Googling and trying to find out how to learn this stuff, because it was so hard. Because first of all, I had been taught how to clean, cook, take care of babies. That's what I was taught to do. I was not taught how to do any I was taught how to add, subtract, read your basic things, times tables, no more than that. Okay, I had never ever seen fractions or algebra, any of those things. So that's all on the test, right? And proper grammar. I'm sure I was taught some proper grammar, obviously, periods, punctuations, etc., like that. But I didn't remember a lot of that. I remember the periods, punctuations, but deeper in than that. But anyhow, so here I am, a mother of 3, can't drive because of my vision. But I decided, you know what? This is not going to hold me down. This is not going to do it. I went home. I studied every night. And it was hard because, remember, I have 3 little boys, and the baby I know is not even 1 year old. So my other one is like 2, and then Casey's 4. So these are little people. And, yeah. But every spare moment, it took everything I had because I was determined. So anyway, I went in. They finally said, okay, I think you're able to take the test because you take these pre-test. I was scared to death, y'all. I remember being there like shaking. And I took the test. It felt like it took forever. I remember there was all these people in there, and it was so cold. That's what I remember. That room was so cold, and I was like, I just can't do this. And I came out, and you had to wait for your scores, I think. I don't remember how long it was. Not very long. I passed everything but the math. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Because math was my big struggle. Like, everything else was kind of, I could read and stuff. So, obviously, I could learn how to do that stuff pretty easily. And I was discouraged. I remember going home and just crying, thinking, I cannot do this. But then I was like, you know what? Nope, you put too much work in this. You were going to do it. So I started studying again. I kept going to class 2 times a week. My friend was still going because she had, I don't know if she had failed her math. I don't know why. Maybe she wouldn't ready to take her test the first time. I don't remember. But anyway, so I took the math again. Y'all, I passed it. And I was so happy I passed it. I was like, I remember being so happy. And this is kind of like the other creator that mentioned how she was crying. I was crying. I was so happy. I was like, I cannot believe this. You would have thought it was like the victory thing. As soon as I got that diploma, I went and started to try to enroll in college. Well, first I thought I was going to go to Columbia State, but I didn't end up going there. I can't remember why. I was going to go for journalism because that was my dream job, Journalism was my dream job, y'all. And that's why I'm here trying to blog and do all the things. But anyway, that didn't go well. But I got a job because I took another test to be a paraprofessional. And I realized that if you're in the job market where I'm at, you're either going to be a nurse or a teacher around here. And I was not going to be a nurse because obviously, for many reasons. Number one, I'm just not good at it, and I thank you and I appreciate all of you that are nurses. You are amazing. Second of all, can't see good enough to be a nurse. Well, I probably could. I don't know. Actually, there's probably a lot of things I could do. It scared me, okay? So, I went for teaching. And I started being a paraprofessional here, and it was going really good. And I actually was pretty good at it. I was actually really good at it because I had self-taught myself this stuff recently. And then seeing it applied was just like, yes, I can do this. So after that, I went into college. And I'm going to do a part 2 for college, okay? Love you all. Bye.